My town in Georgia is suffering because of Trump's tariffs. And I see now that the entire plan of Project 2025 and these tariffs and everything was to bankrupt all small businesses. That is their plan. And it makes sense because what they want is for all their billionaire friends to make as much money as possible. And for that to happen, we need to shop at Kroger. We need to shop at Publix. We need to shop at Walmart. We do not need to be going to the local farmer's market, the local co-op store, both of which in my town are right now in danger of going out of business. They've both been posting Instagrams and stories online saying, please come shop. Here's where you can donate. Like, we don't want to go out of business. We're just trying to get good local food to the residents. But of course, no one is shopping right now because we're all holding on to our money because Trump has put us all into a recession. And all of the local food is going to go out of business. Is this happening in your town too?
See, I told you, Democrats. Donald Trump just said that he got the grocery prices down across all of the United States by 80%. He said he did that.
80%? That's amazing. What stores? Because I just went to the store. The eggs are still $8. Milk is still $5. Where are the prices going down 80%?
Oh, what stores?
Where's the store?
I don't really know any stores specifically. No one near me actually either. But he did say they're going down 80%.
The store. How do I take advantage of the low prices?
Well, yeah, and that is tricky. But I mean, Trump he said I pulled the switch and I brought prices down to 80% like I promised, and now they're cheap. But I mean, I don't know where they are either. But he said. Trump said.
If you're not seeing the prices going down, how are the prices actually? Just because he's saying the prices went down 80%. Doesn't actually mean the prices went. You have to actually see the prices going down when you go shopping. You do.
That's ideally yes, but what I like to do is I just pretend that the prices went down. I pretend that it's not as expensive.
That means the prices didn't go down. If you're just pretending they didn't.
Donald Trump just gave the most ridiculous answer when asked about rising prices, which leads to a question for his supporters. Now first, Donald Trump was just asked what can be done about rising prices, specifically for beef, which is at an all-time high, and this is what Donald Trump had to say.
Is there any way to address the cost of beef? Once it kicks in, once our policies kick in, the price of beef will be going down.
Yeah, once our policy kicks in. That's what he always says. If something good happens, well, our policies are working. If something bad, our policies aren't quite intact yet. But for Trump supporters, how long do you accept this? Donald Trump said day one prices would go down. They didn't. Then he said it would be the second quarter. They didn't. Then he said just wait till the fall. The fall has come and prices are going up. Now he's saying wait till 2027. How long do you accept this nonsense from Donald Trump before you accept that, you know what, maybe everybody else was right about him and he doesn't know what he's doing?
Trump's already slashing prices, you guys. What?
And right here, I would like to present to you a woman who's never heard of a sale before. Like, things go on sale all the time. As you can see, the little sticker says sale, not the actual price. If the actual price lowered, then they would change the regular price. But it's just a sale because most likely they have more product than they need and it's not selling. So they mark it down and put it on sale to get rid of it before it goes bad. So...
Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Anthony here. So Trump is the savior that was sent to save Americans from the mess they were in. That's how MAGA Republicans claim. But from the videos, you have seen for yourself how the situation is going in US at the moment. So guys, subscribe, comment to my channel, and let's continue watching, and we'll talk about this later.
Alright, so if you've shopped at Walmart recently, they're doing this shady thing where they take all the perforated pieces off the tags, but every once in a while you'll find one that still has the actual price left on it, but they're marking it up.
So I went to my local Target to see if they're doing it. Take a look. Look at that. All of the tags are ripped off. Look at that. $20. $20. Wait till you see the price increase. $35. That's double. That is double. That price went up twice as much. Trump campaigned on lowering prices. We have him on video, actually, right here.
If you want to bring the prices down, if you want to have a good life, Vote for Trump.
All of these companies are coming out and saying that they are going to massively increase the cost of their goods, including on essentials. All of these suckers are saying, that's okay, just wait, guys. Trust the plan. Trust the process. And they don't know what a fucking regressive tax system is. I gotta hand it to them, though. Only Donald Trump can cut taxes for the ultra wealthy, shift the tax burden to the working and middle classes, and raise their taxes. And not only are they going to be okay with it, but they're going to fucking thank him. These suckers are going to thank him. Yeah, good job. Good job, guys. Trump's economy paid for by fucking suckers.
Wow. CNN just spent 5 minutes fact-checking Donald Trump.
He's claimed several times over the last week that prices on gas and eggs and groceries have dropped dramatically. Here's what he has said today about energy and gas prices, as well as earlier this week.
Energy just hit $1.98 in a couple of states. It's way down. You have gasoline that hit $1.98 yesterday in a couple of states. Gasoline yesterday in 3 states hit $1.98 a gallon.
Here to fact check for us is CNN's fact checker Daniel Dale. Daniel, is there truth in this?
No truth to any of those claims, Jake. So on the days the president was referring to there, last Wednesday and Thursday, there was not a single state that had its average gas price any lower than $2.70. So nowhere near $1.98. Now, people might say, well, the president didn't say average prices. He said prices. So maybe there were some gas stations in some states selling for $1.98. I asked the firm Gas Buddy about this. Gas Buddy tracks tens of thousands of stations across the country. They found zero stations anywhere in the country, anywhere below $2.19. So that's wrong too. Now, I'll add that I asked the White House about this. They not only couldn't corroborate the president's claim, but they introduced another lie in sending me a response about the previous lie. They said that if big city reporters actually went out to middle America, they would see that gas prices there are at record lows. Well, I looked into that as well, Jake. Also not true. We're nowhere near record lows anywhere in this country.
Oh, you city slicker, Daniel Dale. Terrible. President Trump also has been talking about egg prices, which spiked under President Biden, we should note, and President Trump, largely because of this bird flu outbreak and steps that have been taken. Here's what President Trump said on Tuesday.
We just had a big Easter egg hunt at the White House, thousands and thousands of eggs, and the price was down 87%. As you know, the cost of eggs has come down like 94% since we took office, and they're pretty much normally priced now.
Okay, I just went to the grocery store. That is not my personal experience. Now, I am a big city reporter.
You are indeed.
And it's possible that he's being misinformed by people, but a 93 or 94 or 87% drop in egg prices since he took office?
Yeah, so as you know, having gone to a store and everyone else who's gone to a store knows, none of those numbers is anywhere close to correct. So let's start with retail prices, the prices that shoppers are actually paying. In March, those rose to a record high, $6.23 per dozen. That's about a 26% increase from the month President Trump returned to office in January. Now, we don't yet have the April data. That's important. We may well have seen, I would say probably saw a decline this month. We don't know how much.
Because they're importing some eggs, right?
They are importing. There's a whole plan to reduce the prices. However, we know that it's nowhere near 87, 93, 94%. If it was a 93% drop, Jake, from the month President Trump took office, eggs would be selling for less than 38 cents per dozen. We know that's not the case. Now, if you talk to the White House about this, they'll point to wholesale prices, not the prices people are actually paying. Those wholesale prices have dropped dramatically since the week he took office, about 52%. But again, those aren't the prices consumers are paying. Second of all, 52, while big, is not 87, 93, or 94.
For eggs, you're talking about.
For eggs,
For 52. Okay. Yeah. The president has also just generally been talking about grocery prices going way down. Mm-hmm. Way down, that's his term, way down. This is something we've heard him say multiple times over the past week, including today.
Groceries are down. Groceries have come down. It's all coming down. Prices are down. Groceries are down.
So look, it's April. I'm not saying any of this is his fault, like in terms of the current prices. He's only been president for not even 100 days. Right. But are grocery prices down?
They are not down. Okay. Absolutely not down. First of all, they generally rise just with normal inflation, leaving aside the tariffs he imposed on pretty much every country in the world, 10% in early April. But even through March, before the tariffs took effect, prices were up. So in March, we had a 0.49% increase over February average grocery prices. People might say, oh, 0.49%, that's not very big. That's actually the biggest month-to-month jump, Jake, since 2022, October 2022. In terms of year-over-year comparison, that March price was about a 2.4% increase over the previous March. So we're talking substantial increases. Again, I'm not blaming President Trump for that. You're not blaming President Trump, but it's going up, not going down.
5 minutes of fact-checking Donald Trump, and it's all lies. We are not feeling any relief at the grocery store. We're not feeling any relief at the gas station. We're not feeling any relief when it comes to the price of those eggs. And yet he'll get out there in front of all those cameras and tell everyday Americans that we aren't struggling. No wonder his poll numbers are in the toilet.
Donald Trump, yes. What will you do to lower the energy prices in US? The real, baby, the real. That's what he said. But at the moment, I was seeing that the well rigs in Texas, they were reducing from, I guess, 578 to 548. And this maybe has led to massive layoffs in the oil industry in Texas. And let me ask you one question. Those who believe that Donald Trump would bring the energy prices in US through drilling. Yes, through drilling. Texas is a major oil producer in US. True. But why do they have a budget deficit? Why do they receive from the federal government much than they give? If drilling was the solution to the energy crisis in our country, why does a major oil producer in US, Texas, get more from the government than they give? Why? For all those who believed that the solution to Trump's energy crisis was drilling, that would bring the cost of oil down. Why hasn't helped Texas? Why?
Tomorrow is my husband's birthday, so I just ran to the grocery store with my 3 kids and picked up a bakery cake, 3 birthday cards, some chocolate chip cookies that I can binge eat my feelings away, lemonade, granola, Greek yogurt, and a tiny, like, quarter pint of ice cream. $89. That's not even a meal for my 3 children. $89. And then I see this report, coincidentally, shortly after I get home, probably because, Apple is reading my mind, about how grocery prices in the year 2025 are at a record high, higher than 2024. What happened to the president that was going to save us from these high grocery prices? It's August now. What has happened? Nothing. How are we supposed to survive this? Now a birthday card and lemonade are a luxury for a middle-class American family. I hate it here. These cookies are delicious.
No one actually believes that Trump cares about the rising cost of food, right? With this whole suing California over the price of eggs thing. Because if he actually cared about food prices, he wouldn't be terrorizing and deporting immigrants who make up the backbone of this country's agriculture industry. Right in the middle of picking season. Oh, and by the way, thanks to the haphazard way ICE raids are going down with no due process and just being deported off to another country, even immigrants with documentation are scared to show up for work. Nor would he be imposing a 35% tax on all Canadian agriculture imports that the American consumer will be paying for. Oh, and don't forget about the 35% of our coffee, as well as the beef and the sugar that we import from Brazil, and American consumers will now be paying a 50% tax on all of those goods. The Peterson Institute for International Economics estimates that the tariffs will cost each American household about $2,600, and the Yale Budget Lab estimates that produce prices will rise by 4%. I wonder if Trump realizes that groceries, that old-fashioned word that we don't use much anymore, are more than just eggs. I mean, in fairness, I don't think he's probably ever even been to a grocery store.
This message is for Donald Trump and the Trump administration. Considering how high the price of food is right now in this country, I'm calling on you to halt all exports of beef, pork, and chicken until the prices come down. It's unfair to be exporting tens of billions of metric tons of our U.S. produced beef, pork, and chicken when we're paying $4, $5, $7 a pound for beef, $4, $5, $6 a pound for chicken. Don't Americans come first? We need the prices to come down right here. I'm paying $4 to $7 a pound for hamburger. For hamburger, man. It cost me $100 to make dinner for my family of 7 people. Something's gotta fucking change. That's $3,000 a month. Just for dinner. Just for fucking dinner, man. Give us a break. I'm calling on you to act right now.
Today, Coloradans are paying 7 times more in tariff taxes than 1 year ago, with the effective rate skyrocketing from 3% to 21% today. We estimate the cost passed on to Coloradans from tariffs just to live our daily lives of $600 million more. We are pushing back, as you know. We are currently engaged in a lawsuit with the federal government over tariffs. First and foremost, we're going to be sending this report to all 10 members of our congressional delegation and the White House to really hope that Congress shows a spine and pushes back on these costly tax increases through tariffs. In Colorado, we're going to push back every way we can, legally, politically, to fight for our consumers, to fight for our businesses, to fight for prosperity and growth.
So we have a $20 trillion dollar economy controlled by a man who makes judgments based on emotion and logic. Yes, a world superpower with the mightiest economy in the world being ran down to bankruptcy by a man who rules on emotion over logic. So, guys, tell us what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe and like.